Detroit next Tuesday. Kind of business solution Knicks game night, preceding all games. Yeah, that's why this game an important one for the Knicks, Clyde. If they could win and then win against Milwaukee Wednesday, at least have a little bit of a good feeling going into the All-Star break with possibly a 3-game winning streak. But to do that, they've got to start playing some defense because it just is not there once again.
All right, and also, folks, it's not about injuries right now, poor execution, turnovers, missed free throws. It's all about pride and fortitude and not embarrassing yourself. So the Knicks have to come out here and play some basketball. No more excuses. They got to stop Iverson. He's been the main culprit and breaking down their defense. So they have to come out with some tenacity and get some of these calls that the Sixers are getting.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers from the first half. And again, you look at the opponent's field goal percentage, and that's the one that jumps out at you. 55% from the field. And this is a Philly team that for the season, their team shoots 43%, yet they're at 55 here in the first half. And 20 free throw attempts in the first half. Williams trying to do something.
Right, every man has to carry his own weight. Don't look for help. Just get up on your man, keep him in front of you, and see if the Knicks will try to put a zone up against Iverson to keep him out of the paint in the second half.
Iverson had 29 in the first half against Orlando, finished with a career high 60. He's got 31 here in the first half. It'll be interesting to see, Clyde, if he tries to again get to that point again in terms of looking to get the scoring record, or he just gets it into the flow, although he's pretty much the flow of their offense.
And also he's played 24 minutes. You can see he's rarely worked up a sweat. So I was surprised that the coach would keep him out there like that, but obviously they know something we do not, so I would not be surprised to see him play the entire game.
Well, he never wants to come out. Remember Larry Brown talking about how Iverson would play 46 minutes during the course of the game. But when he took him out for those 2 minutes, Iverson, the whole time he was on the bench, those 2 minutes was like begging to get back in. He never wants to come out of the game.
That's why Stephon has to challenge him. As you mentioned, make him play defense on the other end. So that way, when you have to think defense, that affects your offense.
Marbury did have a good offensive first half. 14 points, 6 of 8 from the field. He had 4 assists. And he only played 16 minutes because he picked up 3 fouls. But he has to make him work harder on the other end of the floor.
See if Kurt Thomas can get back into it as well. Never got in the flow because of early fouls.
Marbury, the penetration inside. Shot won't go. And D'Alembert the rebound. Iverson throws it behind Iguodala. Corliss Williamson back in. He was most likely not to return after hurting his back, but he's obviously okay. And a lead up to 14. This is the largest of the game.
Muhammad has not been a factor. Obviously, that groin injury hindering his play.
Shot clock at 8. Crawford gets in the paint. Tough fall away shot from Crawford. Nice move from Jamal Crawford. He's got 11.
Coach yelling, get up into them. Herb wants them up. Be aggressive.
The Sixers with a much more physical team in the first half. Korver for 3. D'Alembert tips it right to Kurt Thomas.
Korver yet to score in the game. 0 for 4 now. Muhammad also,
and he carried it.
Muhammad also zeros in the game. No points in 9 minutes of action as he turns it over.
Again, it's clear Nazr Muhammad is far from 100% with that strained groin. Give him some credit for being out there. Talking to the Knicks staff, it's a type of injury that you need rest, but he wanted to play until the All-Star break and then would get his rest. Williamson kicks it out. Whistle, we were blocked out. Couldn't see what the call is, but it's going to go against Tim Thomas.
On Iverson. At the last minute, Iverson dished it off. Watch Iverson, the whistle was late. So if he had thrown this towards the basket, he'd be on the line now. But since he passed it, it's none shooting. Sixers have it adjacent to the Knicks bench.
Knicks from the penalty very early in that second quarter. Korver. There's a 3 from Korver. His first 3-pointer of the game. Again, he's second in the NBA in 3-pointers made and attempted. And the lead now 15. Good defense from Iguodala. Muhammad. And Nazir Muhammad with his first shot attempt in his 11 minutes of play. Again, the Knicks came down from 19 down in the fourth quarter to beat the Sixers. That was back in December. Jerome Williams was the key spark in that comeback. Williamson.
Good harassing Nick D there.
And Williamson still puts it in. That's a two-pointer from Corliss Williamson.
Nothing frustrates the defense more than that. You expend a lot of energy and they come up with a shot to beat the shot clock.
15-point deficit for the Knicks. 2.5 gone by here in the third.
Sixers continue to play this vexing double teaming style of defense and frustrating the Knicks as they turn it over.
9th turnover. Marbury needs to continue to attack like he did in the first half. The offense was doing well because Iverson is not a good defender. Yes, he's amongst the leaders in steals, but it's more on his gambling.
Good double there, but Iguodala spinning and missing the jumper.
Marbury finding Tim Thomas. Crawford, quick shot, hits a three. Jamal Crawford from downtown. Knicks now 4 of 10 from long range, and it's back to within 12. You can see the Knicks much more physical defensively as Iverson gets it out to Korver. Korver, another three.
After not scoring, missing his first 4 shots, 2 consecutive threes for Crawford.
And it's back up to 15.
That's why you can ill afford to trade hoops. The Knicks need turnovers if they score.
And Kurt Thomas with a nice touch. Thomas again only played in that first half 5 minutes. Iverson for 3.
Iverson only a 29% shooter from downtown. League average is around 35%.
That's his numbers this year. First career, only 31%. So he's never been a very good three-point shooter. Marbury's shot hits the front of the rim. And because of the rotation goes through.
Soft baskets here. So he was able to get a break with the bounce.
16 points to Marbury. Marbury's shooting well. He's 7 of 10.
Now they're featuring Iverson behind the back pass to Williamson.
Williamson goes inside, can't hit, fight for the rebound. Crawford comes away. The Knicks guards need to help out on the boards as the Sixers dominating the rebounding edge in that first half. Marbury gets in, flips it up, shot won't go. Williams yelling to get back.
And this is why Carver, nice interior pass.
And Tim Thomas, all he did was just lean in to smack Corliss Williamson. Didn't try and make a play on the ball or the defender. And he picks up his second foul.
Very unselfish play by Carver. He's made his last 2 threes. He was open there. But this man had a better opportunity, so nice dish inside.
So Corliss Williamson to shoot.
Williamson, former 6-man of the year recipient in 02 with the Pistons.
Well, a guy who's won an NCAA title and an NBA title. Did so with Arkansas back in '94 and the Pistons last year.
Yeah, out of Arkansas. The Big Nasty.
Played with Sacramento, Toronto, Philly, and Detroit. 72-59. Knicks trail. Coming up on 5 minutes gone by here in the third. Knicks came out early in this one. If you're just joining us, led by as many as 8, but now then Allen Iverson erupted. Had 31 points in the first half. As you have to score here in the third. Thomas cuts to the basket. And nice feed from Muhammad.
And again, the Knicks only a run away.
But to get that run going, also need some stops, and they have not been able to do that. Iverson, not a good shot that time. Ball tipped by Crawford. Nice job from Crawford because D'Alembert had a beat on the ball. Crawford down the other end, flips it up, shot won't go. Kurt Thomas the rebound.
Yeah, Tim Thomas open again. Crawford a second opportunity, he scored.
So Crawford, good hustle at both ends of the floor, and all of a sudden it's an 8-point game. Knicks have come out differently defensively, much more physical. And Crawford helping out to start, and the Knicks on a 9-2 run.
Yeah. Good second opportunity for Crawford, draining a three-pointer right in front of the Sixer bench.
Ford, the most powerful line of the best-selling vehicles on the planet. Now starting at just $199 a month for a Ford Explorer Sport Track. A well-equipped 4x4 XLT edition for an incredibly low $199 for a limited time.
Hello.
Hi,
there.
how are you?
Come on
Grand
in.
opening has some samples. Hey.
Hello. Hey, grand opening. Ow! Stop!
Foxwoods Resort Casino. 80 poker tables. A charter member of the World Poker Tour. Come to Foxwoods and check out the latest. Our new Hard Rock Cafe.
At Lexus, we understand it's hard to predict what you might encounter on the road. That's why the Lexus ES comes with front-wheel drive and available vehicle stability control. Because the elements aren't the only challenges in winter. See your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
Knicks down by 8, 6.5 to play. Here in the third, Knicks and the Bucks coming up Wednesday night. Last game before the All-Star break. Cannon Business Solution Knicks game night at 7. Tip-off at 7:40. Well, Knicks turning around a little bit here in the third quarter, Clyde. Playing a little more physical on defense, and they're 7 of 10 from the field on the offensive end.
Crawford providing the impetus from downtown.
Wallace Williamson, Kurt Thomas defended him well, and the rebound. Again, a lot of what had to do in the first half was Marbury and Kurt Thomas being in foul trouble. The Knicks bench did not play well in the first half.
Good duping by Kurt, and is in and out.
And the ball taken by Williamson.
What has happened to McKee's game? Aaron McKee, an excellent defender, hometown guy as well.
He doesn't play a lot as much anymore. He's only averaging about 13 minutes a game. He's broken down, Clyde. He's had a lot of injuries over the last several years.
Yeah, he's a pure shooter.
Shot clock at 5. Corver, his third three-pointer, and Herb Williams very upset.
Yeah, Herb had a good look at it. It was right in front of the Knicks bench.
And just when the Knicks had gone on a bit of a roll, Corver puts it back up to double figures, an 11-point lead.
See the Sixers sort of a zone collapsing defense now.
And Marbury with the offensive rebound. Crawford.
Oh, he wanted to pass and then shoot. A good improvisation by Crawford.
You know, Clyde, I was just going to say it's a bad shot, and it was a bad shot, but he's still able to put it in.
That's why you do not want to jump in the air looking to pass.
Iverson. And Muhammad knocks it out of the hands of D'Alembert. And D'Alembert will shoot some free throws as Muhammad picks up his second.
Basketball is a game of improvisation. Watch Crawford. See, he was looking to dish. The guy got in the passing lane, so he had to shoot. And he was able to get it down.
You see Mike Malone. Mike Malone has been very instrumental in trying to help Jamal Crawford turn around his game. Malone, of course, the son of Brendan Malone. He told Crawford before the year, he gave him statistics on how many three-pointers he's taken in his career and how many free throws. And he said, you're a terrific free throw shooter. You need to get to the line more. Stop settling for threes. Try and make it different. He says Crawford's been very coachable and trying to listen, but it's tough habits to break. But he's got a lot of confidence that Crawford's going to be able to turn it around and get to the line more often.
But in last night, we saw Crawford penetrating more. So when he has good games, he shows that versatility in his game, not just a perimeter shooter, but also good creativity off the dribble.
You see Kevin Ollie guarding Marbury. Iverson sits down for the first time tonight. Part of it, he's got to get stronger, Clyde. I mean, he's so quick, and he's got such a great crossover move. That time fires up a three.
He can get a better shot than that.
Absolutely.
He can get any shot that he wants with his handle, but it's just settling for that shot. Not a good one.
See, Iverson, he's not happy. He's sitting down. He's not happy. He wants to come back in the game now. He had 31 in the first half, did not score yet here in the third quarter.
Iverson credited with the first guy to have the cornrows in his head, setting that style in the NBA. Maybe the tattoo. No, that was Dennis the Menace Rodman.
There's McKee. Kevin Ollie fires away, and Ollie drops it down.
Ollie with his 10th team, folks. He's been just reactivated. A good shot that time.
He's a terrific backup point guard. A lot of experience. He's fought through a lot of tough times, ups and downs in the NBA, but he's a real pro. 12-point game.
There's nothing on the interior for the Knicks. You see they're tripling that. So Stephon and Crawford and Tim must look for those perimeter shots. They're there.
Shot clock at 9.
But you got to pass the ball 3 or 4 times in order to get an uncontested shot.
Marbury pushed down by Ollie. And for the Sixers, that's just their first team foul. And Ollie picks up his first. Knicks, they'll reset the shot clock to 14.
So the Knicks need patience and poise here to exploit this collapsing, doubling defense of the Sixers.
You see Herb Williams up near half court. He's right in front of us, Clyde. Would you ask him to get out of the way?
Hey, yo, Herb.
Tim Thomas, rifle pass. Marbury spots up and hits the 2. And the Knicks back within 10. Marbury with 18. Crawford, meanwhile, with 19. There's Ollie.
Nick bench yelling, step up.
Jackson can't hit, and Kurt Thomas with another rebound.
Jackson outscored the entire Nick bench in the first half, had 18 points. Nick bench had 14.
Marbury hits a 3. Stephon Marbury from downtown, and just like that, it's a 7-point game.
And again, the perimeter shots. Stephon, the last 2 uncontested.
And also, Clyde, Knicks have out-rebounded the Sixers 10-3 here in the third quarter. That's the effort stat. Crawford comes right back. Jamal Crawford looking down at Korver as if to say, I don't believe this guy.
He's made 4 consecutive threes after missing his 4 first shots.
All 4 of his threes in this third quarter. Marbury shot short. McKee gets a running start on the rebound and barrels into Kurt Thomas.
But Kurt was standing there.
And an offensive foul call on McKee.
Yeah, McKee lost the handle. Very intrepid play by Kurt, sacrificing his body as we've seen throughout his career as a Knick. This is our Panasonic digital replay. McKee, 6'5", held bent. Thomas willing to sacrifice his body, taking the blow right there. So we return. The Knicks will have it in the front court.
Wednesday on MSG, Stephon Marbury and the Knicks are back at the Garden to take on Michael Redd and the Bucks. The Knicks and the Bucks, Wednesday night, only on MSG Network.
I love the way you've decorated in here.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly on Southwest Airlines with our $39 to $149 internet specials to 59 destinations nationwide.
You are now free to move about the country.
Get ready for something special from Stars and DirecTV. The Stars Free Preview Weekend, February 18th, 19th, and 20th. 12 movie channels all weekend long. On channels 520 through 533. Sample Stars. The Stars Free Preview Weekend, only from DirecTV. Don't wait for the preview. Get Stars today and receive a free $20 Best Buy gift card. Visit DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DIRECTV and ask for Stars.
I feel I'm entitled to inadequate computer virus protection.
I'd like a virus that makes my computer freeze up like a banana daiquiri.
Incomplete virus protection totally rocks.
Millions of Americans are just asking for a computer virus because they're not nearly as protected as they think they are.
My computer's only half protected. But then I live for danger.
That's why America Online now gives our members virus protection that works for your whole computer, not just email. Absolutely free.
That's nice.
Want a better internet? You belong at America Online.
MSG Network brings you the latest viewing innovations such as Game Director, Virtual Sports Desk, and HDTV Game Telecast. Improve your home viewing experience with these great options available on IO Digital Cable Service from Cablevision. Call your local cable operator today and ask for these enhanced channels. Knicks down 10, 2:45 left in the third. You know, Cry, people always ask, is Iverson ready to come back in? And what's the toughest arenas to play in for visitors? And, you know, Detroit is one of them, but Philly is right up there. And the fans here behind the Knick bench, as always, as Crawford puts up a 3, short, no good. McKee to rebound. They have been brutal tonight. I got heckled at halftime. They booed the poor contestants on the dating game they did at halftime. It's a rough crowd, and they've been getting on Kurt Thomas. Thomas has something going with one of the fans trying to stare him down, which is not going to work. Kevin Ollie off the dribble. And foul. Again, Knick guards have to do a better job defensively.
Yeah, Ollie going baseline, able to find that big nasty, so he's at the line. Watch Kevin Ollie. Good job keeping his head up. Right there. No one in the passing lane to deny that pass.
Iverson returns. Didn't look to shoot much in the third quarter. 0 for 3. And Williamson. Again, he started, hurt his back initially, went out of the game. Now has 9 points. Biggest lead has been 15. That was here in the third. Knicks then cut that to 7. Now it's back up to 12.
And now the Knicks are shooting further and further from the basket. Both Crawford and Stephon now have lost their patience.
Marbury against Ollie.
And when the Knicks made their run, they were getting better percentage shots.
What happens, Clyde, lots of time when they throw it into the paint, you have 4 guys on the perimeter. They need guys to cut the lanes when they throw it down low.
Right, because once you start making shots, they have to respect that. So that should open up the interior. But again, the patience, you got to take your time and move the ball and make the defense move.
Thomas missed the first man coming out and has to call a timeout. So Herb Williams will use his 22nd timeout. You know, Herb Williams has had some impassioned speeches to the team in the locker room after some games. He's gone on the team about their efforts sometimes, especially their defense commitment. Not an easy situation to take over midway through a season, especially as a rookie coach. He has the respect of the players, but the way the players can respect him back is by playing with spirit, playing with intensity and energy and effort every night.
Well, he's gained my respect. He looks the part. He doesn't look rattled when things go awry. He speaks confidently, so I'm impressed with her.
Absolutely, Clyde. He's shown a lot of poise in a difficult situation.
And the main thing we mentioned, he doesn't have the ego problem. Nothing has changed. He still talks to us like he's the assistant coach. Comes to the back of the plane. I call him the cookie monster. He used to get those bags of cookies to take off the plane.
He was asked the other day about the stress of the job. Nice move from Muhammad. And he said, I love this job. And I'm going to do the best with what I can and work as hard as I can, just like he was as a player. It's always been a class act and continuing working as hard as he can.
So we like to see the team. They like him to respond by showing aggressive play out there.
Blocked by Tim Thomas. Crawford fouled by Williamson and then fouled by Kevin Ollie. And Sixers not in the penalty. First foul in the last 2 minutes. So the Knicks will inbound down 10.
Better interior defense now by the Knicks. So forcing that turnover, the Knicks have it along the side. And we've seen some dismal third quarters by the Knicks, but this is a good one. I know a lot of duress, and they were able to respond. There's Nazi.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Knicks. One other thing on Herb Williams, in talking to a number of players who play, we saw Doc Rivers, and a lot of his former teammates said when they played with Herb Williams, they knew he was going to be a coach. He's one of those players when he was on the bench was always talking strategy. And you knew that's where he wanted to be. He had a terrific mind for the game. As Nazir Muhammad fouls Iverson, who gets into the paint once again.
And the Knicks in the penalty, so more free throws coming for AI, as he's affectionately called around the league.
Has a chance for his first points of the third quarter. Had that explosive first half.
We mentioned Iverson has been the MVP. That was in 01. 3-time scoring champion. Holds the franchise records for threes made and attempted, but that man might break it one day. So the scoring rampage that Iverson has been on continues unabated.
12-point game as we approach a minute remaining here in the third. Crawford comes up. Iverson's on him now. Kevin Ollie's on Marbury.
But look how high the Knicks are. Look where they are. 30 feet away. That's where you need to be, right in there where you can attack the basket.
Crawford falls down. Terrific move, but then was defended well. As Corliss Williamson, I think, got a piece of it.
The Knicks must know wherever you go, you're going to be doubled. So keep your head up and try to look for the open man.
It was Mark Jackson. Excellent defensive play from Mark Jackson.
Nice screen right there to free up Iverson.
And offensive foul on Allen Iverson.
Thomas doing a good job of using the baseline as an extra man. So Iverson had two choices. He could have stepped out of bounds or charged over Kurt, so he took the charging violation.
So Iverson picks up the personal second charge Thomas has drawn, and Kevin Ollie called for a reach in. And now Philly and the penalty, so Marbury will shoot two.
Watch Kurt, how he plays the D, using the baseline as an extra man, cutting off Iverson. So he had the two choices, could have stepped out of bounds or the charging violation. So excellent D by Kurt.
Sixers have taken twice as many free throws so far than the Knicks is Marbury.
Steph has had his woes from the line recently. Very erratic shooting, especially down the stretch.
Marbury from the line 2 for 4 in this game.
Weird game. Looked like the Knicks would be blown out. Fell behind by 15. But they played a nice third quarter, but you see they continue to trail.
Williamson spinning. Tim Thomas knocks it away. So does Muhammad. Williamson gets it back, and they're going to jump ball. Basket won't count. Jump ball.
Again, good vexing interior D by the Knicks. Good sleight of hand. Frustrating Williamson. See, there's a double by Tim Thomas. The Thomas is doing a good job, and there they call the jump ball scenario.
I don't know if it looked like it left Williamson's hand. But they're going to reset the shot clock. 18.2 left on the game clock, and the shot clock holding at 11.
Williamson obviously lacking agility and mobility because of his back woes, so Knicks have been able to frustrate him in the paint.
Bob Delaney getting in between Williamson and Thomas. And Thomas does a good job to win the tip. Shot clock turned off. Final shot of the third quarter. Knicks trying to cut the deficit to single digits here.
Both teams in the penalty. No fouls to give.
Crawford. Shot won't go. Iguodala the rebound. Would not have counted anyway. And that will end the third quarter. Knicks were down by 12 at half, went up to 15. They cut it to 7 at one point, and as we head to the fourth, they're down 11.
Introducing the all-new compact Mercury Mariner with intelligent four-wheel drive and V6 power. Mariner is everything you want in an SUV, only condensed. The smartly equipped Mercury Mariner starts at an introductory price under $22,000.
The AIG companies have the financial strength to cover just about anyone's insurance needs. From the chairman of the board to the baby on board. No matter what size your business or family, $700 billion in assets means the AIG companies will be there. Insurance, loans, retirement. AIG. We know money.
Fans, visit your local Verizon Wireless retail store to buy the new AudioVox CDM 8910 camera phone. AudioVox is proud to be a presenting sponsor of Knicks basketball.
Played lead in 3 different bands. I've been on stage at CBGB's and other clubs downtown. I've also got a van which can pretty much haul all this stuff around, so.
Cool, you're in.
That's all right, I don't really like Heineken.
What did it mean, creative differences?
New York Knicks basketball brought to you in part by Tri-State Lincoln Mercury Dealer and by Canon Business Solutions, your source for document management. Fourth quarter set to begin in Philadelphia, and the Knicks trailing the 76ers 85-74. Clyde, what do they need to do here in the first couple of minutes of the period?
Well, continue to do what they did in the third quarter. Very cohesive offense, a vexing defense. The guard-oriented team responded with Stephon and Crawford providing the offense.
Trevor Ariza checks in. Michael Sweetney's in, along with Hardaway, Kurt Thomas, and Marbury.
But look for Iverson to be more offensive minded this quarter. Was on cruise control the third quarter.
Iverson fires away with a hand in his face. Knicks defended him well, and Trevor Ariza with the rebound. It was a game back in December 17th, last time the Knicks played here. They trailed by 19 with 10:51 remaining. Came back, forced overtime, and won it in OT. Hardaway won't go, and Sweetney with a little putback.
The Knicks need to up the tempo. The Sixers want to slow down the rhythm of the game now.
And Iverson foul on his way to the basket. Hardaway in frustration picks up the foul.
See, Hardaway, rather than reaching, should move his feet to impede Iverson's way with his body. See, watch Penny. Should move his body there. Watch his hand, you see. Should get his body in front of Iverson, make him dish the ball off.
Iverson, if you're just tuning in, had 31 points at halftime, but sat out a bit in the third and did not score until late in the period in the third quarter. And has 33 as Dallin bears short. For all the dominance of Iverson early, the Knicks slowly got back into this in the third quarter, at least in terms of physical play. Penny Hardaway gets a three. Penny Hardaway from downtown, and this is the closest the Knicks have been in the second half. All of a sudden, what was a 15-point game has been cut to 6.
And the Knicks body language very good now. Very active out there. Good communication on the defense.
Williamson tied up. Aaron McKee on the drive, and a foul called on Trevor Ariza on the pass.
Take a look at Aaron McKee, pure shooter, creating off the dribble that time. And this is Hardaway, previously missed the 18-footer, but able to drain this three-pointer to get the Knicks a little closer.
Iguodala was not off the court when it was inbounded yet. They had 6 players.
Should be a violation.
Well, it's more the officials. The officials should not have let them inbound the ball until the other player was off. Bob Delaney, the crew chief's gathering, and they're going to decide what to do.
Yeah.
Jason Phillips to the left, Delaney in the middle, and Tony Brothers, number 25, with his back to us.
Who said 3 heads are better than 2?
There's Jim O'Brien. This is a smart thing to do. Talk it out and see exactly what happened.
Well, this is what I like about the officials. They are not too proud to say we made a mistake and change it. And that's why we respect what they do.
Let him say something. Aaron McKee. McKee coming over to talk with Williams.
And here comes the gracious Philly crowd. Starting to move. It should be a technical. Too many guys on the court. It has to be.
And that's what they call.
Yep.
Jim O'Brien says that's a bad call. I think what he's saying is that why should we be penalized when the official should not have put the ball in play until the other player got off? That's my interpretation of what I think he's thinking. I don't know for sure. And Hardaway hits it, and it's a 5-point game.
But the confusion was caused by O'Brien because he didn't put his guys in time, and that's why it occurred. So he had to pay.
The fans right behind us and behind the Knicks bench just brutal on the officials. And I think the fans are so close to the court here, it's hard not to hear it.
Knicks sort of a zone now. We wonder when they might show this.
Aaron McKee on the pull-up. And a tough shot from McKee. The old pro from Philadelphia. And it's back to a 7-point game.
Yeah, John Chaney product out of Temple.
And a foul on Iverson. Inadvertent trip on Stephon Marbury. He disagrees with the call.
Aaron McKee and Eddie Jones played at Temple as well. They did a book on their coach.
Mark Jackson played there as well.
Extolling the virtues. I would have never played for him, Mike, with those 6 o'clock practices. 6 a.m. folks.
Ariza, a lot of contact. Herb Williams upset, and he has a right to be. Ariza got whacked.
Well, make it 5 a.m.
5 or 6 didn't really matter to you. Iverson, tough shot from Allen Iverson.
But I was talking with Earl Monroe. He said John was never there. So his coaches were doing the coaching.
Lead back up to 9. Feed inside to Sweetney, knocked away by Crawford. And here comes Iverson the other way.
Turnovers have not been a problem for the Knicks tonight. Now they're starting.
Ariza just grabbed Crawford. McKee spots up for 3. And Kurt Thomas the rebound.
The game is starting to get a tempo now. The Knicks can capitalize on the up-tempo. Sixers want to slow it down since they have the lead.
Hardaway off the dribble. And Hardaway puts it in. Nice adjustment. Almost the same move as Crawford. Looked like he wanted to kick it out right, but then put the little floater in.
And that's the value of maintaining your dribble. See, Hardaway never gave up his dribble, and you can create something as he did that time.
Herb Williams really shouting out a lot of instructions. Williamson gets inside. Blocked, but a foul. Michael Sweetney called for the foul. And we'll have a timeout.
Let's take a look at Hardaway now. Previously, we extolled his virtues from downtown. Watch the good creativity here. Maintaining that dribble and able to can the 10-foot jumper.
Here's your Bud Light.
Thank you.
You know, I think I'm just gonna go freshen up a bit, okay? Okay.
Look at that.
I think it is so funny that you like to dance as much as I like to dance.
Hey, yeah, well, she's a little annoying, but I'm desperate. Oh, gotta go.
Oh, did you meet Coop?
Coop?
She's annoying, but I'm desperate. She's annoying, but I'm desperate.
What's that all about?
Fresh, smooth, real Bud Light.
Nice try, pretty boy.
It's all here.
The New York Knicks look better than ever in high definition on MSG Network powered by Panasonic. See the crystal clear difference of Knicks basketball and HD TV. The difference is widescreen coverage of all the dazzling game action. The sharpest images, along with Dolby Digital sound. See more of the game like you've never seen it before. Join the high-def revolution for a breathtaking home viewing experience. The Knicks on MSG Network in stunning high definition. Available on IO Digital Cable Service from Cablevision.
This is Principal Turner. Due to the inclement weather, we are closing school.
Settle down. It'll be a while before your parents can get through.
The all-wheel drive RX 330 at your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
Enter the Champion Mortgage Knicks Magic Sweepstakes for your chance to win a trip to Orlando. Just send a postcard to the address on the screen. You might get a chance to win a trip to Orlando and go to the Knicks Magic game. Champion Mortgage. Call 1-800-CHAMPION today. 8:41 remaining, fourth quarter here in Philadelphia. Knicks hanging around. They've been as close as 5 here in the fourth period. They've trailed by as many as 15 in the second half, and right now down 7 as Williamson to the line.
The exploits of Hardaway getting the Knicks a little closer, but previously Williams in the paint able to draw a foul, so he's shooting 2.
There's Mike Saunders, longtime athletic trainer for the Knicks. This was moments ago. Of course, it's Valentine's Day, so plenty of love in the air here in Philadelphia, Clyde. Mike Saunders, one of the all-time pros and such a big part of the Knicks' history over the years in his 27th year as the head trainer.
Replacing my favorite guy, the late Danny Whalen, Danny Big Time Whalen, the Knicks trainer, the guy that named me Clyde, gave me the moniker Clyde.
Jerome Williams. Nowhere to go.
Out of the paint.
Hardaway blocked by Dallenberg.
A little confusion there by the Knicks.
Look at Dallenberg dribbling the ball inside. Oh, what a move from Dallenberg.
This man 6'11", 250. He goes 80-something feet. No one denies his penetration.
Sweetney. Knicks down by 11 again. And foul called on Corliss Williamson. That'll be the second team foul.
Panasonic digital replay. Dallenberg, the native of Haiti, with the block. He averages 1 a game. Look at the agility, the creativity right there. And the bench loves it. Iguodala especially.
Shot clock down to 5. And Jerome Williams puts it in. It's his first field goal. McKee, Iverson, Dallenberg, Williamson, and Corver. Corver, quick release on the 3. Not a good shot that time, and Ariza the rebound. Knicks trying to come back again, much like they did back in December here, when they had even a bigger deficit. Feed inside, Jerome Williams, blocked by Dallenberg, but a foul. And Jerome Williams will shoot 2.
Usually Williams can in a 15-footer, and this time manipulating along the baseline. Hard foul by Dallenberg, no malice intended. And that's sending Williams to the line. If you're going to give a foul, that's the way to do it, folks. Make sure that player does not have an opportunity for a three-point play.
Williams a spark in that game back in December where the Knicks were down 19 with 10:51 to go. They tied the biggest fourth quarter comeback in Knicks history. Game I always think of Clyde as Williams misses the second was the one against Milwaukee.